It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Big, huge sell out near Paris, Lakeland Village, Riverside, Highland. That's where you're getting a lot of the rain, and it is continuing. It just doesn't stop. It hasn't stopped for about a week, and it's going to go on all night into tomorrow, so be aware of that. If you live in Azusa, maybe you're the Luzsa in Azusa. I'm not talking about you if you live out there. We did a promotion with Malibu Dan over at KLSX, and he was going to live in a van for a month. And if he lived in the van for a month at I think it was a Toyota dealership in Azusa, that he would get the van. They would give him the van. And we were looking for a title for that promotion. And somebody came up with the greatest title ever, the Luzsa in Azusa. And that stuck with that guy for a long time. So he goes and he lives in the van. He literally is living in the van for 2 weeks. It was early September in 2001. And he goes in late August to get in that van. And he's in that van for almost exactly 2 weeks. And 9/11 hits while he's in that van. And talk about, the end of a promotion. That thing wrapped up pretty quickly, because the whole world was on fire and he was still sitting in that van. So I don't know if he ended up with the van or not. But Azusa, there's a lot of rain out there right now. A lot in the San Gabriel Mountains. Now, let's get an update for you, because I know there's a lot of people live in Azusa that listen to KFI.
It is chilly and raining here in Azusa, but it's not quite as heavy as it was about an hour and a half ago. There is a winter weather advisory in effect for the eastern and western San Gabriel Mountains, as well as Highway 14, with some moderate snow accumulation expected at some elevated areas. Now, you see the holiday lights behind me here in Azusa, but there were some communities that canceled some festivities because of this storm. Mud and debris flow are just some of the threats heavy rainfall poses in many foothill communities.
Some flooding in certain parts is kind of scary.
Although today's rain is not expected to cause significant damage, residents are preparing with sandbags ready to go.
My patio gets flooded, so I have to, put it up so that no water can get.
In Monrovia, a tree lighting ceremony was canceled ahead of the storm.
Oh, no. The tree lighting ceremonies are really special in small towns. Burbank, Culver City. Man, they cancel it. The kids get really bummed.
Things were largely quiet in the San Gabriel Valley until the rainfall began and intensified over the late afternoon. The LA County Department of Public Works says crews are working year-round to prepare for storm season by clearing debris basins, dam reservoirs, and channels across the region.
The rain goes all the way up to the sidewalk. Lots of puddles. One of the good things about Azusa, though, is that we're kind of on a slant, so it all kind of comes down this way, but it can get very wet.
Speaking of slants coming all the way down, like Crozier, where you live in Montclair? Claremont, sorry. Where you live in Claremont, if it wasn't for that freeway, the 210, you probably would get flooded all the time.
Yeah, probably true.
Because they dug that out and they lowered that 210 there.
Yeah, sunken freeway. It was part of the agreement for it to go through that area.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And so if it wasn't for that freeway, because all of that rain coming off the mountain there probably just whizzed right by your place.
Comes right by.
Yeah.
And whiz is a good word.
But that's a great block there for you.
Yeah.
Nothing can come in there now.
It's fantastic. We'll still get a little bit because we have a little elevation in our backyard. But otherwise, we don't get it from the mountains. That's
what great power, though, that Claremont has that they can demand that Caltrans lower that freeway.
I think, for years when they really tried to complete that 210 from, Glendora or Laverne or whatever, all the way to the 15, I think they had to go to each city and get conditional agreements. And that was Claremont's, is that you had to sink it.
Oh, that's great.
And go down to one less lane as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why you'll see it go from 3 to 4 and back again.
And that's because of Claremont?
Yeah, well, each individual city that it goes through, Laverne and Glendora, they all had their own rules.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Because there are some, when you get down towards Upland and out close to the 15, it's above everything.
Yes, it's above and it's 4 lanes.
Yeah. Can move out there. But let's get back to, let's go to Cristi was grounded today. I don't know what he did to get grounded. Let's find out.
It's a cold and steady rain.
It was the rain. Oh, I thought it was something he did. All right, Cristi, who flies with Channel 7, grounded because of the rain.
It's a cold and steady rain. As Sid said, it's been really picking up in the last couple of hours.
He's the reporter in the helicopter for Channel 7, and there was too much rain for him to take off.
Making for a really wet, damp afternoon here in the San Fernando Valley. We'll take you right outside. You can see what it looks like here at Van Nuys Airport, where the visibility is down to about 2 miles, which means instrument flight rules are in effect for all aircraft taking off and landing here at Van Nuys Airport. That means Air 7 is temporarily grounded, and you can see why. Look at the huge puddle that is practically flooding the ramp here at Van Nuys Airport. Again,
Van Nuys got worked. Man, you got to be a great pilot to fly through this stuff. You know, instrument landing and takeoff. You got to really know your stuff. This is not a clear day in June in Van Nuys at 11 a.m. where visibility is like 30 miles. This is 2 miles.
As it goes, as we continue into the evening, expect it to continue. That's going to make for a really wet rush hour commute, especially along the 101 freeway here in Van Nuys. Reporting live from Air 7, I'm Cristi, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Ding dong with that guy. All right, a lot of people leaving today and tomorrow for Thanksgiving. You're going to take the whole week off. Good for you. And you want to know what it's like around the rest of the country, where you're going. What's the weather like around the country?
Torrential rain and now severe weather across central and east Texas. Some of the heaviest rain working from Austin to Dallas, even some severe weather near Waco with storms that can produce 60-mile-per-hour gusts. The flood threat extends all the way up to Missouri tonight. Now, tomorrow, that rain will extend to the Ohio Valley and the mid-Atlantic, but thankfully it gets lighter, could even arrive here in New York City later tomorrow night. There's a second flood zone. That's Southern California.
Yes.
Santa Barbara to L.A.
Finally, we get a nod from the national weather.
There's a second flood zone. That's Southern California. Santa Barbara to L.A. again and down to the desert areas. Flood watches through Friday evening for Palm Springs and Yuma. Mudslides possible, even a foot of snow in the mountains. This is the storm that will make a cross-country move as we go through Thanksgiving week. We can certainly count on delays you see through the Midwest into Tuesday and maybe extending into Wednesday in the east.
There you go. If you're staying in town and you want something to do with the kids, and if it's raining, there's not a lot. It sort of limits what you can do. They're going to have that big celebration out at Santa Anita again, where you can get in your car and drive through all of the decorations. And it takes 20 or 30 minutes. And it's great. We did that about 4 or 5 years ago during COVID, and it's a great tradition. It's starting to become a great tradition for a lot of families.
We're just 1 week away from Thanksgiving. It's 1 week from today. Can you believe it? I can't wait, but I also am like, really?
Are you anxious?
Well, excited. Okay. Excited, anxious.
Good.
Yes, and anticipation.
Right.
It means the holiday festivities are about to be in full swing.
Yeah, a new attraction is opening tomorrow at Santa Anita Park. That's all about ice. And did you know we have our own CBS LA professional ice skater? Yes, we do. And she is Amanda Starantino. Amanda is there live testing out the ice river. Good morning, Amanda.
Amanda, you're on. Yo. Hello.
Hey, good morning, you guys. I'm at Enchant Los Angeles, and it is just a dream here. When we walked in this morning, there was just lights everywhere because it was still dark. And it was so magical. This is literally the best way to bring in the holiday season. So it's only here for 32 nights. So you want to get in on it. It officially opens tomorrow.
And you got to make reservations. If you make reservations, I think you get a discount in price. And you get to the front of the line, and it's just a good idea.
And a lot of fun attractions. Right over there is the ice slide. My photographer, Sparkle, and I had a blast going on there. And then if you look at this video right here that we shot earlier this morning, you can just get an idea of how spectacular this place is. And obviously, we have the ice rink, too. Michelle Sanders is with us now. She is with Enchant. What is Enchant all about?
Oh, thank you for being here. So Enchant is home to the world's largest Christmas light maze and just about everything you could possibly want for a holiday night out. There's, of course, the ice skating trail, which you look beautiful.
Yeah, the ice, the decorated maze there is great. Kids love it.
Yes, I love it. I love it here.
There is a 10-lane snow slide. We have a Ferris wheel. Santa's popping up. All kinds of fun to be had. We have hot cocoa, mulled wine.
A little bit for everyone here.
A little bit for everyone.
And I think what's really cool about Enchant is it's not just an experience, it's a story.
It is. So the maze itself is based on an original holiday story that we have created called Santa's Magic Timepiece. So you're going through the maze and you're looking for these missing sculptures that are part of the story, which you can read about when you get into the maze on your scratch card.
And then on December 26th, that's when Santa Anita opens for the fellas and the dads, the grandfathers, the uncles, and the huge meet starts. It was a tradition in our house. Every year we would get, a $10, a betting tote or a betting ticket, and we'd go to Santa Anita on December 26th. That was the opening day of Santa Anita, and my dad would outpack us all in the car the day after Christmas, so my mom could, sit at home and breathe again. And we all went to Santa Anita on the 26th of December. I'll bet there are a lot of families listening right now who did the same thing. The day after Christmas is the opening of Santa Anita. Yes.
And when we were walking through the maze this morning, there's so many different sections. There was a lot of just thought and expertise that went into this. The lights are incredible, but I noticed we even saw whales and flowers and candles, so much.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great hang at Santa Anita. Take the kids out there. You will enjoy it. Dean Sharp is coming on with us and will give us tips for decorating the house like a pro. That's what you need. You need a pro to tell us how to decorate our house. And we're going to do that. Start early is a good idea. We're live on KFI AM 640. We are less than 24 hours away from our big remote in Yorba Linda. So come on out there tomorrow. Yorba Linda. It'll be 21500 Yorba Linda Boulevard at Smart and Final, right off the 91. We'll be there from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m., and we will be there even if it's raining. We care more about the kids than we do our own health. And we will be there getting drenched and feeding those kids, raising money, pasta, food, sauce for those children. And I hope you join us.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
Conway Show. Before we get to Dean Sharp, we've got to let people know if you're on the 15 going to Vegas, you are going to get absolutely drenched outside and inside of Barstow. Barstow is experiencing a huge cell sitting over it right now, and you're going to hear stories coming out of Barstow of flooding because they don't have the drainage. They can't handle a storm this big for this long. I imagine there is a lot of people worried to death right now that storm is going to wipe them out. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Dean Sharp is with us. He's on every Saturday right here on KFI from 6 to 8 a.m. and then Sunday from 9 a.m. till noon. Dean, welcome to the program. How you, bub?
I'm good. Obviously the people in Barstow didn't have the pull like the swanky folks in Claremont to lower the freeway.
No, they have nothing. I just looked this up. You want to do a quick whip around just for Dean, because I know we got a lot to cover. What's the most expensive home in Barstow for sale right now?
Oh, Barstow, most expensive home.
Most expensive, according to Realtor.com.
Yeah, I'm going to say $425,000.
$425,000?
Wow.
Ooh, yeah. Very close.
What?
$18,000.
No, no,
Wait,
come on.
The most?
Most expensive home. Oh, no, I'm sorry. $617,000.
Okay.
Hey, might as well be.
It's on 2.5 acres
here.
2.5 acres. Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, 2.5. See, land.
Yeah. They're not making any more of it. I just made that up, by the way. So, Dean, I heard from my neighbor who was an LA County captain with the LA County Fire Department, and he gave me a rule of thumb. He said, if you're decorating and you're on the roof of a single-story home and you fall off it, chances about 85% you're going to survive. If you're on a two-story home and you fall off it, chances about 99% of the time you're going to die.
I'm surprised that they have those kind of stats, but okay. Yeah,
I guess people do it every year, though. They fall off the house while decorating.
Oh, yeah. People do. People do. And, it's not smart.
You know what? I still love, I don't know what your thought is. I know you're sort of like old school like me, but I still like the C9, old school Christmas lights, but they're expensive to run.
Well, yes.
Compared to LED.
Yes, they are. They are. The old school
great
ones. But did you know that you can get C9 LED bulbs now?
Really?
Yeah.
Is that right? And they look exactly the same?
Yeah, on the outside, they're just those big, you can get 4 in your pocket at a time. That's it.
Right.
Because they're big. They're big.
Right.
Those are big bulbs. Birds can land on them.
I love decorating the house. I think it's really a cool thing to do. My problem, though, is I always have a signature decoration, like one big piece that I put out there. And if I buy it locally, I run into the problem where the neighbor might have the exact same decoration, and I always feel odd about that.
Yeah, well, that's the risk you take when you get overwhelmed at Home Depot and you just feel like you got to bring that animated Chewbacca home.
That's right. That's exactly right.
There's a chance there could be a family of Chewbaccas on your street. That's all.
But when you go to decorate, when you buy the plastic Santa or the plastic Rudolph or whatever, I don't think enough people realize where are you going to put that for 11 months of the year.
Yeah, you really got to think that through, especially the things that don't collapse down easily.
Right.
Because, long-term storage that's a deal with Christmas. And, people who are trying to outdo each other, who are like, yeah, you know what? This is the year we go all in. And then you realize, oh, no, not only did we spend $2,000 more than we expected on our decorations, now we have to rent a storage unit.
I have a rule of thumb, and I think it's pretty accurate. The more lights on the outside of the home, the less conversation is happening inside the home.
Now, what does that mean?
That means
what? For what?
I think the dad is getting out of the house to decorate so he doesn't have to talk to anybody in the house, and that's why he puts 1 million lights up.
All right.
Yeah. That's just my rule of thumb.
You know what? That could be a thing. You know what? This year, though, here's one of the things that we're pushing hard for people, and that is if you're lighting, let's go ahead and decorate the backyard.
Oh, that's a good idea. I never even thought about that.
Because it's where you spend time. It's one thing to hey, I'm going to get with the neighbors, we're all lit up and, for the sake of people driving by. But if you really enjoy outside lighting decoration, why don't you throw a little love to the backyard so that when y'all are sitting around, everybody gets to enjoy it.
I got a card in the mail last year that really meant a lot to me. It was a handwritten card. It looks like a woman's handwriting. And it said, "Dear neighbor," on the front of the envelope. And I opened it up. And inside was a handwritten card, and she included my address, and she didn't include her name, so I didn't know who this lady was. And she said, "I just want to thank you for decorating the house. It looks beautiful. I hope you do it every year." And that meant a lot. I mean, that meant, it meant a lot that she took the time to do that.
You know what? I think everybody, whether you are ready to put in the effort or not, I mean, who doesn't love a street that's just all lit up?
And I don't like if everyone has decorations and 1 or 2 homes don't. It bothers me for some reason.
Well, it should. It should because you're obviously the loser, and
that's right.
And it's like, who are these people? What are they? They just hate life,
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Or how about the one guy that puts a red bulb on his outdoor light, and that's a wrap?
Yeah, see that's almost worse. That's
worse. You're right.
It's worse.
It's 1 billion times worse.
You're just taunting us now.
That's right. What's your theory on blow-ups? They're very popular. You buy them at Home Depot for $29, $39, $49. Do they run 24 hours a day, or do they shut those off during the day?
Well, I don't really care. Okay. We have a couple of blow-ups that we put out on the deck because, I've got a 9-year-old granddaughter. So why am I not? Why wouldn't I do that? And she loves them. And, they just run. They just run all day long.
We had a blow-up, a big, huge Santa Claus, and we put it on the front. And I came home one day, radical Santa Ana winds. It was gone. And we got a call because I always write my phone like a lunatic. I write my phone numbers on the blow-ups just in case anybody finds them or steals them. Mm-hmm. And it ended up at Burbank Airport. 1.5 miles from the house.
And as long as you didn't cause any accidents out there.
I could have taken down an entire plane of people.
Yeah, everybody's got to remember wind when it comes to the blow-ups. And all of the blow-ups come with stakes and tethers.
Yes, use them.
Right. Use them.
Yeah. I like to go with the bigger stakes. They come with a stake that will only hold it down if the wind's like less than 4 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, use all the tethers, use the stakes. Nobody's going to see them at night. Doesn't matter.
But all right, let me take a break here. Let's talk about your rule of thumb and your decorating ideas for how you can decorate like a pro.
Sounds good.
All right, excellent. Dean Sharp's with us every Saturday morning on KFI from 6 to 8 a.m. and every Sunday from 9 a.m. till noon. He's also in San Diego as well. Show's exploding. Show's expanding. It's a great show.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
So, Dean, what is a good time, at least in your house and in your opinion, to start decorating for Christmas? Is it the day after Thanksgiving?
You know what? As far as I'm concerned, start whenever you want. Who makes these rules?
That's a great rule.
When you are ready for holiday cheer. We've already got our tree up. It's
you
up.
do?
Yeah.
Would you
put
get
lights on the? We haven't put any decorations on it right now. The tree is up and it's lit and it's just waiting.
We go to this family farm every year. The Lowe's family. Have you heard of them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, they're great. Sometimes we go to the Home Depot family farm, but the Lowe's one is really nice. Enjoy those trees.
They're fantastic. Hey, let me give you some tech. I talked about this last year. I think you and I talked about it, but This is so great. If you are a real tree person, right, you're going to have that tree. You want to keep it alive and well watered without it being a hassle. You got to look at the Ho 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 H2O automatic Christmas tree watering reservoir.
Oh, wow.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Okay?
This is going to save my life.
It's a reservoir of water. It is hidden. This is one of the most brilliant things. The whole thing is hidden in what looks like a present that sits under your tree.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It holds multiple gallons of water. It's got an electronic sensor that you just strap in to the bowl of the tree, and then you plug it in and walk away. And the only thing you have to look at is just pass by every couple of days, look down, and if Rudolph's nose is lit up, it's time to add a little bit of water to the reservoir. But believe me, this is going to be watering the tree for days and days and days, and you do not have to remember to do it.
I'm looking at it right now on Amazon. It's $99. That's got to be the best $100 you've ever spent.
It is brilliant. It is brilliant. I'll have one, by the way, in studio on Sunday when we do our holiday home show, just so everybody can check it out as well.
Oh, that's right.
In addition to that, magnetic light clips. Oh, they're the thing now. They are the thing. Okay.
And where do they attach to?
You just take your lights and the wire in between your lights, or some of them, like if you're a C9 guy, right?
Sure.
Some of them are designed to actually hold the bulb, so it's holding it straight out. But here's the thing: you got these really strong magnets. You don't have to use hooks anymore. You don't have to put in screws or nails anymore, because guess what's happening right at the edge of every roof? The edge metal. And these magnets, they just boom, 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 and you are up. Your lights are up, no hassles.
Wow.
And talk about taking them down after the holidays. When you take them down,
one pull.
just a little tug, and they start just dropping on you.
And will they also attach to the gutters, or are those aluminum?
Your gutters might be aluminum. If you've got steel gutters, they're totally attaching to the gutters.
That's
but
great.
Your edge metal, for absolute sure.
That's great. All right, your party on Sunday sounds like a blast. What time is that? 9 to noon?
It's our regular show, 9 to noon. We have filled up the Helpful Honda Lounge, every seat available with a winning listener. So yeah, we're gonna do our holiday show with a live holiday audience. It's gonna be great. We'll have a lot of fun.
Oh, that's fantastic. Buddy, I always appreciate you coming on. I don't know if you've been in the office lately, but the building Christmas tree downstairs, I saw when they brought it in yesterday, and I looked in there's a bag of bulbs there, and they were all black bulbs, and they're putting on the tree, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be horrible. But it looks great.
Does it really?
Yeah. It's like an interesting idea to put dark maroon and dark black bulbs on the tree.
Well, you know what? I mean, because they don't stay black. And this year, by the way, it's a thing. Ralph Lauren aesthetic, real deep jeweled colors.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So they were they're on top of it. They were on it before anybody.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great party on Sunday, and we'll speak to the week after next.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Happy
Thanks,
Thanksgiving.
Man. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your wife. Great show every weekend, bud. All right. There he goes, Dean Sharp. That guy is the king of home. And he has a show every single weekend. Big party this weekend on Sunday from 9 a.m. until noon. That's going to be a special broadcast. You'll want to listen to that. Whether you're going to church, you're coming home from church, you got to tune it in to KFI on Sunday from 9 a.m. until noon. It's Conway Show. One more look at the rain before we get out of here, and we will see you tomorrow in Yorba Linda. It's already tomorrow in Yorba Linda. That's going to be a great, great remote. 4 to 8 p.m. in Yorba Linda. 21500 Yorba Linda Boulevard, right off the 91 at Smart and Final. Come on down. We'll enjoy it.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Conway Show. The holidays are here at the Disneyland Resort, and KFI wants to give you a chance to enjoy an unbelievable season during the Disneyland Resort's 70th celebration. Experience seasonal celebrations at Disney Festival of Holidays, and the nighttime spectacular World of Color Happiness at Disney California Adventure Park. Over at Disneyland Park, rediscover holiday classics like the Fireworks Spectacular, Believe in Holiday Magic, a Christmas Fantasy Parade, and much, much more. Keep listening to KFI for your chance to win a 4-pack of one-day, one-park tickets to Disneyland Park or Disney California Adventure Park. Holiday offerings are available and now through January 7th. Offerings subject to restrictions and change without notice. We're giving away those tickets tomorrow, so you got to listen to KFI between 4 and 8 p.m. tomorrow. Happy birthday to Rick Monday. He turns 80 today, and you may remember Rick Monday saved the American flag from being burned at Dodger Stadium when Rick, I think, was playing for the Chicago Cubs. And here's the audio. Here's Vin Scully calling that crazy day at Dodger Stadium.
Two of them. All right. Not sure what he's doing out there. It looks like he's going to burn a flag, and Rick Monday runs and takes it away from him. And so Monday, I think a guy was going to set fire to the American flag. Can you imagine that? Well, they better lose him in a hurry. And Monday, when he realized what he was going to do, raced over and took the flag away from him.
And Rick Monday still has that flag. He tours around with that flag, shows it to everybody. This is a great American, this Rick Monday.
30 years later, I could not tell you immediately what was on my mind, except what they were doing was wrong. As far as I'm concerned, it was wrong in 1976. It's wrong today, what they were trying to do. The first match was struck, and as it was put to the flag, the wind blew it out. And I'm still running at them. The second match is ignited, and one of them starts to put the match to the flag at the same time I got there. I do know that I thought about maybe bowling them over, but now I can get the flag before maybe the match can get there. So I reached out, picked it up, still on the run. And the first thing that came to mind, you could smell the lighter fluid. That's how much they doused it. And it was soaking wet. You could feel the coldness of this lighter fluid. They said, well, is it on fire? Well, obviously it was not on fire. Thank goodness it was not on fire.
People don't notice, but he beat me to the flag.
This is ex-manager Tommy Lasorda.
People don't notice, but he beat me to the flag. I was coaching third base at that time, and I saw Rick Monday start running from center field over to left. I didn't know what it was, but as soon as I saw him stop, I took off, and I ran out there.
Tommy Lasorda, remember, was the third base coach at the time for the Dodgers. It was the year before he became the manager, the year before I came to the Dodgers. Tommy ran past me yelling about every expletive a longshoreman has ever uttered and trying to get to the guys.
That's great.
I gave the flag to Doug Rau, who was a left-handed pitcher for the Dodgers, who came out of their third base dugout, and I gave him the flag. I turned around. The guys are being escorted off the field by members of the security team, and also Duke, the head groundskeeper, was with them, too, and he had one of them by the arm, and they escorted him off the field. And it was a very quiet moment. There was a smattering of applause as they got these two guys off the field. Then it got quiet again. And if memory serves correctly, from one part of the stadium, I don't know where, and then from another part, and then from another part, and then kind of collectively, people began to sing, God Bless America. Don't know where it came from.
It was a very heroic move on his part in a situation that could have easily just let go. The flag could have easily just burned there until a couple of ushers came out. But Rick acted, and I think we're all very, very happy that he did.
I'm surprised by the response in the greatest sense of the word. Embarrassed by the intention that was focused upon me, because I don't know anyone who would not have done the same thing had they been as close to it as I was.
And here's a little known fact about that. Back in those days, not every game was televised, and that game was not televised. And somebody found film of that, and it was, I think, 10, 20, or 30 years later that Rick actually saw the footage and the film of that incident. So that was a great deal. Happy birthday to Rick Monday. One of the reasons I get in my car and listen to the game. Listen and shut the TV off and watch it and listen on my radio. All right, the 15th annual Pastathon is here. It's in full swing. It starts tomorrow. We're going to be doing a live broadcast tomorrow from 4 to 8 p.m. So come on by. You can go to any Smart and Final and donate. Smart and Final and donate any amount of money at checkout. Even in Arizona or Nevada. You go to any Wendy's restaurant in SoCal, donate $5 or more, and you're going to get a coupon book. And you can drop off pasta, sauce, donations at number 1 Collision Center in Costa Mesa, 2750 Bristol Street. And then you can also get a lot of information online, KFIAM640.com/pastathon, KFIAM640.com/pastathon. So we'll be out there tomorrow, 4 to 8 p.m., even if it's raining. The first 250 people show up are going to get a special gift bag. And then Saturday, the day after tomorrow, Neil Saavedra will be broadcasting live from 2 to 5 p.m. at Wendy's in Mission Viejo, 23022 Alicia Parkway. 23022 Alicia Parkway. So come on out. We'll see you tomorrow at Smart and Final, right off the 91 on Yorba Linda Boulevard, 21500 Yorba Linda Boulevard. And I can't wait to see all the listeners, all you Orange County listeners. Looking forward to meeting all of you and seeing all of you and having a great 4 hours of just goofing around. We'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Chris Merrill next on KFI AM 640. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.